Welcome to the Commercial Excellence Academy by Asbiverse Group. Today we're diving into something really powerful, the route to shopper methodology. And we're going to look at it through the lens of one of the most dynamic industries out there, the beauty sector. We'll explore how brands and retailers can sync up to win over shoppers in a world that's just full of choices.
And that really is the question, isn't it? In beauty, you're not just up against other brands on the shelf. You're competing with TikTok trends, influencer reviews, and a million other distractions. So how do you possibly cut through all that noise? Well, that's exactly what we help organizations figure out, how to connect insight, influence, and execution to find the answer. It's not about guesswork, it's about having a proven playbook.
So, what's at the heart of this playbook? It's this core principle. The route to shopper methodology focuses on integrated shopper-based value creation, which is enabled by the Guide Paths framework. That might sound a little academic, but what it really means is making sure that everything you do, from the first marketing idea to the final product on the shelf, is perfectly in tune with what the shopper actually wants and needs. The best way to think about this is like two halves of a whole, designed to lock together perfectly. On one side, you have Guide. That's the brand or manufacturer's perspective. It's all about creating the value story. Then you have Paths, which is the retailer or channel partner's perspective. Their job is to deliver that value at the point of purchase. They're two sides of the same coin, and they need each other to work. And when they do work together, you get this incredible effect called strategic symmetry. It's when the brand's plan and the retailer's execution are perfect mirror images of each other. All the typical friction just disappears. You know that disconnect between a great ad campaign and a confusing store layout? Gone. For the shopper, the whole experience just feels seamless, intuitive, and, well, right.
So let's quickly unpack the brand side of this. The Guide framework. Think of it as a roadmap. G is for growing your shopper base, finding new people. U is for unlocking bigger baskets, getting them to buy more in one trip. I is for increasing purchase cycles, making sure they come back again and again. D is for driving sustainable profits, of course. And E, this one's key, is for enabling your whole team to work together to make it all happen.
Now, let's flip to the other side, the retailer's playbook, Paths. This is where the strategy hits the real world. P is for presentation, making things look irresistible. A is for assortment, having just the right products. T is for team engagement, because a knowledgeable, passionate staff can make all the difference. H is for holistic supplier integration, working hand in glove with the brand. And S is for using shopper insights to constantly get better. Okay, so the core principles of route to shopper are universal. They can apply anywhere. But the real power comes from tailoring them to a specific industry's landscape. So, with that in mind, now let's bring this to life for the beauty sector. The world of beauty commerce is, well, it's a beautiful mess, isn't it? A shopper's journey is totally fragmented. It starts on Instagram, moves to a YouTube review, then maybe to a brand's website, and finally ends in a store or maybe on Amazon. They expect deep personalization and a flawless experience across all those touch points. This complexity is exactly why a structured approach is no longer a nice-to-have. It's absolutely mission-critical.
And in beauty, there's a distinction you absolutely have to get right: the difference between a consumer and a shopper. A consumer uses the product. The shopper makes the purchase decision. Think about it. Are you quickly grabbing a replacement mascara? That's one mission. Are you carefully choosing a luxury skincare set as a gift? Totally different mission. Are you building a whole new routine from scratch? Again, a completely different mindset. Understanding the shopper's mission is everything.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's make this real. We're going to walk through how Guide and Paths come together to tackle a really common challenge: building an omni-channel skincare strategy for a prestige brand.
So here's how it plays out. The brand, using its Guide framework, creates digital tools like an online skin quiz to help new shoppers discover their perfect routine. Then, they cleverly bundle those products into strategic regimen kits. That's the brand's part. Now, the retailer stepped in with Paths. They create a beautiful in-store discovery zone, maybe with diagnostic tools, and they organize the products not by brand, but by solution, like brightening or hydrating. You see what happens? The journey flows seamlessly from online curiosity to an in-store solution, which makes buying a whole regimen feel easy and logical. Okay, that's a nice story, but does this kind of thing actually move the needle? I mean, what are the results? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about: connecting these great strategies to real, measurable impact. Well, when you get this alignment right, the impact can be huge.
For our skincare example, an integrated strategy like this can lead to a potential 25–30% lift in shoppers buying a full regimen instead of just one-off products. That is a massive jump in basket size, and it's a direct result of making the shopper's life easier.
And of course, we have to say, these figures are for illustrative and training purposes. Your actual results are always going to depend on your specific situation. But it really highlights the incredible potential that's on the table.
Because ultimately, here's the bottom line. Together, Guide and Paths connect strategy to shelf or the point of purchase and intent to impact. It's not just about regimen adoption. It's about improved conversion, better collaboration between your teams and your retail partners, and building a sustainable advantage that comes from creating truly distinctive experiences and stronger shopper loyalty.
So, we've walked through the framework and seen it in action. Now let's take a moment to bring this back to you and to your organization.
So I'll leave you with this to reflect on. How could Guide Paths thinking change the way your organization plans, collaborates, and delivers value to shoppers? What would happen if your brand strategy and your channel execution were in perfect strategic symmetry? What new value could you unlock?
Thanks for your engagement. For more details on individual modules and for custom creation, do get in touch. Best wishes and goodbye from all of us at the Commercial Excellence Academy by Asbiverse Group.